Hello, it's Jon Binnie here, and I'm at the beautiful Brock Woods, which is a wildlife reserve. Just to show you around, just near Spot Village. And I'm going to take you on a little adventure as I ask this tree to connect. And I'm going to do my monthly reflections of my work and life and mission, and I'm going to ask trees on the way. I brought my hat with me. It is a little bit hot for this cardigan. You may notice I don't have my little dog Patch with me, so it's very liberating walk. I've never done a monthly review in a woodland walk, I don't think. Maybe I have. Maybe you can correct me if I got that wrong. This must have been like my 14th or 15th review. And I'll share with you these beautiful woods as we go. I'll take it slowly because I would be walking with Patch. Patch's absolutely fine. He's just had a walk with my wife, and I wanted to take this opportunity to just do something a bit new. Might even sit for a little while in a place that feels right, which I know just do the things that Patch doesn't always enjoy doing as much. I can hear some pigeons flapping above. This tree up here, I'm going to ask about what are the monthly reflections that it has for my life and business at this time. Let's ask. Thank you, the tree is saying much growth. There's a lot of growth and light. Wow, and a fly, or maybe a wasp, has just landed on the lens. It's just above what's visible. Wow. And I feel that growth really has no limits. There we go. I blew him away, just in case he falls. So let me talk. It's a video of me talking. I will talk about let's start with some of the amazing experiences, the achievements, successes. And there's a wonderful blend between these themes between my life and business together. Not really overlapping, but the themes continue through both. And one has such a steep hill. It's a steep hill after I've just eaten a beautiful mushroom soup lunch that my wife made me, some fresh mushrooms. I absolutely love mushrooms. Yeah, the first thing that has really stood out in August is this call for me to be more sociable physically in my personal life, and then more and building of friendships, and then also doing more in-person work in my and explorations of in-person work in my business. And a bit like coming here, whenever I come here, these beautiful woods, I feel so blessed and grateful for such a wonderful experience. It feels like I'm stepping into a different dimension. It's just There's something over here wandering in the woods. Very cool. And yeah, August has been blessed with a wedding. That was just wonderful. And I was quite anxious about the wedding. Now I know why I was anxious about the social interactions. And the more I develop my psychic abilities, sometimes the greater the anxiety, because I worry about how other people's energy is going to affect me. And really, with strong boundaries and a big open heart, we have nothing to fear, just the fear itself. I describe it, it feels like a deer wandering up. There's a kind of ridge along here. That it's a deer gradually following me. Hello. It's very cool. And I also met up with a friend for an exchange of reflexology and energy healing. That was a lot of fun. I also, last week, went into Edinburgh and met 3 colleagues three members of my team when I worked in Amazon in Edinburgh. And that was really powerful. And it's just beautiful here. I just want to stop talking and swallow up these whole woods. As my daughter said, they're so magical here. And always paying attention to these, any trees that are bent over, especially mysterious shapes. I can explain a bit more about that later. And this is kind of, I don't know if you can see it, there's a wee archway up there. Should we have a wee look? Just watching my feet as I go and be gentle with the land. So here you can see an archway. And there's a big hole in the ground. I'm just asking what this is. It feels like a portal. Is it safe to go through this? my spirit guide Maya says it's maybe safe to go through. Let's try it and see. Wow, as soon as I do, can you hear that? The wind has really picked up. This wind from nowhere. O Santara Imo Rotokormo. Wow. How are you formed? I mean, it looks entirely natural, and yet the energy of it feels created. And this tree here snapped near the bottom, fell over and has pushed this one here towards, and then this one's holding up the middle. It's almost like a triangle. And now I've stepped inside. As I look from in here outwards, everything's much darker here and then lighter outside. Almost like I've stepped down in vibration. Let me know what you feel. Let me know in the comments. Thank you. I'm closing any portals that I've intentionally or accidentally opened. Wow, I can feel the energy resonating from my hand. And this little feather just falling down here. Okay, so yeah, there's been more. Back to the themes, whoops. Just being careful where I step, because I did also sting myself heading in there. Okay, we made it. So yeah, there's the social aspects, for sure. And I've really enjoyed it. And even my daughter suggested that perhaps I would consider joining a local club, like a movie club, to get out more and meet more people. So for now, whilst I haven't joined any clubs, I am definitely keeping an eye out for different events to go to. There's a few sound baths coming up locally, and Louisa from the Scottish Geologist, she's doing a walking tour on Sunday. It's also the day that I will have picked, the day before I would have picked up our new motorhome, and we may or may not be back in time for that, but I'd absolutely love to go and see it. It's here in Dunbar, so Louise is just fantastic. Even if you don't like geology, just go and witness Louisa in her glory of her passion, describing about the rocks and their formations, and she's so down to earth, truly incredible. I've known her for a few years, and her growth and transformation is really inspiring. So the other big things that happened is I went into value-added tax registration for my business. So this was a milestone in the income, so before costs. And it makes more sense for people in the UK, especially if you have your own business. It's a milestone frankly, I never believed I would get to. And so I never set out the intention to do it. And I feel the message in here, what you'll see from Monday onwards, from 1st September, is I'll start having the words, well, the letters, the abbreviation VAT, and I'll say including VAT on all my costs. And what happens is every month my business puts aside 16.5% of all earnings to VAT. So that tax will go into the UK government, and I hope they spend it wisely. And then after that, after any corporation tax, even though it's a company of one, you still pay all these taxes, I then get money subject to my personal taxes as well. And a really exciting journey, and I just thank you again for all your love and support, and just feel so abundant. I feel so rich in abundance with not just money, time and energy, happy marriage, and blessed with such beautiful children, and Patch, my little four-legged spirit guide. He's just wonderful. And the sun's come out. Shall we say hello to the sun? Let's show you the sun. Proof. The sun is real and exists. I've also been making this month in gratitude to you all, and in part because a lot of you have asked for some of these meditations. I've just seen this really interesting flash of orange light. I don't know if you can see on camera, not yet, but there's this, looks like a red pine tree, a small one that's leaning over, and I just kept seeing these orange flashing lights, like a kind of vertical light, about this sort of length. Really beautiful. Very spirit of the forest type energy. Beautiful. Feeling a lot of love. So yeah, this seems to be in response to what I was talking about. This is the red. Hope it shows up on camera. It looks a bit dark and invisible through my viewfinder, but hopefully you guys can see it. We go right up close. How's that? That's a little bit better. Beautiful. There's some beautiful trees here. So I've been making meditations free each week, and just now, before I came out for my walk, I made the Hidden Witch Wound 1 hour meditation free of charge. So it's both public on YouTube, and you can also sign up for the little program that takes you through it as well. And what I love about the little program is, I mean, you can leave comments on the YouTube video. The little program, you can leave little private messages when it asks you at the end. Well, hello, butterfly. The butterfly, did it flutter by? It's ahead of me now. There's often quite a few butterflies just straight ahead. Bookings have been fantastic this month, thank you so much. Just a continued abundance. Currently, my next available spaces are the 2nd of December. And there was a few cancellations this month, and they've since been filled by you guys. I just email you out or post on my YouTube channel, and you either book a new session or you can reschedule your session. You just go into to reschedule your session at any time up to 36 hours before the session starts. You just go into the bookings page on my website. You click on upcoming bookings, and there you'll see your booking and you can edit it. Crossing the road. Wow, it's so hot. You always get a blast of heat in this area to the nice cool woods. And I'm just going to flip you around because you can often see the butterflies and various wee beasties. And I've also had some negative entity and soul retrieval sessions this week, or exorcisms. This week. This month, August has been a bit more intense for them. And whilst I'm not always talking about these sessions, often it's because there's a significant preparation work that I do, and recovery can take significant amount of time, and so I have to take breaks during that time. I can't during that time I can't really do psychic work, at least for clients. Some stuff's okay depending on the situation, such as I can keep going with some YouTube videos or songs, etc. But it is, if you like, it's the kind of scale of risk, especially if I then start talking about any of the themes that came up. And and some clients understandably ask that I don't even share the themes themselves. So some of these experiences I just don't talk about, because it helps ensure the safety. And I just heard again. It came from over this direction. A voice. It's like a guy going, like a man. And I keep hearing the name Robert whenever I hear this name, this voice, and it sounded like. That's what it sounded like. Well, hello, Robert. Whichever dimension you're in. He feels quite fourth dimension, like quite close. Another big thing that happened this month is I bought this camera. And some of you have fed back, you find it, like especially that feature that I just did where it flips around a little bit, gets you a little bit dizzy. So I've changed the settings to slow it down, hopefully that helps a bit. And one of you was also asking about the kind of bouncing up and down. That's funny. Look, I'm jumping up and down. Yeah, there's different settings and features that I'm going to experiment with, so I look forward to trying some of that out. But yeah, it was a huge investment. 600, oh, it was over. I think the whole package was about 650 Great British pounds. No idea what that is in dollars. You know, $100 or $200 higher in US dollars, for example. And yet, had I known that this camera existed, I would have bought it much sooner. I would have saved for it, maybe split out the cost, like saved up over 2-3 months. So so easy to use. This is the Osmo Pocket 3, and it's so easy. And right now I'm just staring at a little viewfinder, and then above it there's a little camera, and the camera lens is on a gimbal, so it's just so easy to use. Let's talk about the lessons that I've learned, and including like areas for growth. Well, I learned that I really enjoy being around people more. I also learned, like, one of my shadows is that, you know, I ran an in-person event on Sunday night, and I just loved it so much. I really enjoyed it. And what I realized was that one of my challenges is keeping an open heart. So trusting in the boundaries that I create around me. And oh, there's some butterflies turning up, so I'll turn you around. Yeah, it's creating strong boundaries around me, you know, enforcing those, you know, physically as well. And then, you know, walking proudly with an open heart. You know, I had the experience last Friday of going into the big crowds in the Royal Mile in the busy Edinburgh Festival, which is frankly very claustrophobic and stifling. And yet there's such a vibe and such excitement and a real mix of very old energies, hundreds of years old in Edinburgh, if not thousands of years old. And there's a lot of healing that still needs to happen in the area. And you know, the event that I did on Sunday with a small group, doing healings, clearings, readings for people, I realized that if I compare Jon, who you see online, especially doing my live streams, which I'm much more confident at now, compared to in person, that the Jon in person behaviors and experiences, that's a lesson I'm learning to, you know, continue to open my heart more in, and just really come out of my shell more. And so I can see why not just my guides, my higher self, my higher self, my spirit guides, and also my family are saying, oh, you know, get out as well and, you know, meet people. So that's definitely an interesting lesson. And I'm going to do a little on Friday. I'm going to do a little face-to-face interview with it'll be the sales director of the place that I'm buying a motorhome from. And isn't it fascinating here? I don't know if you can see along here this little trail. It feels like a deer trail. And this place has quite a few of these little trails. There's definitely a feeling of people coming here to practice more than just walks. You know, they're doing energy work here, working with land and trees. I haven't asked the tree for a little while. Let me ask this tree, ask the forest. Hello. Let's ask what other lessons I could learn in this month and beyond. Oh, wow. The tree's saying, Jon, remember your magic. Remember the power, the true power of your magic. I'm unlocking something within me that not even I fully understand yet. And it's so incredible. I'm going to show you in a minute this tree has just shown me a really beautiful little patch of the river we can go down to. And so there's this acknowledgement, thank you, of I'm learning to constantly discover new dimensions and abilities in my magic. And what's fascinating about this discovery, this is an internal discovery, it's already there. I'm just finally acknowledging it. You know, it doesn't feel, there's no energy like chasing things outside of me. There's no new training courses I'm learning from others. It's a reconnection within me. Wow, thank you. I really want to go down to this magic area. Let me see if I can turn you around. Thank you, tree. Thank you so much. Oh, there's a big snail on the tree as well. Maybe I can zoom in and show you that. But yeah, if you can see it, it's right down here, little river area, so we can head down there. And we'll say goodbye to the tree and the snail. Thank you, snail. Can you focus on the snail? It's very cute, thank you. Okay, let's head down here. What else have I learned? Well, there was a start to August. In the first few days, just over the first week, there was some bigger refunds I had to give people, and this was, you know, nothing bad really, well, other than giving the money back to people. You know, one was training course. We agreed it was best that they took a refund now and then joined the training later, which feels so good. It's so empowering, and we had a long discussion about it as well, you know, and gave it like several days, and actually, I think more than that, maybe a couple of weeks, and it feels right for both parties. And also some people who had a change in circumstances, and there's something you might experience this from me as well. If I tend to give refunds in the face of ambiguity, like if someone's not sure, or they're not sure if they'll reschedule again, or even if they've you know, had some really strong legitimate reasons that they couldn't attend a session last minute, then I'll make an exception to the policy, which is no refunds within 36 hours of the booking, including a no-show. And what was really beautiful is that when I give a refund, it just sets that. What was that? Something screeching. Sounds a bit like a pig. I mean, it might be a pig. It was coming from up here over the river. Let's go down here and try not to fall down. So this is the advantage of not having Patch with me. Oh yeah, and because I don't have Patch, I could also climb a tree. Oh my god, don't get me started. I totally forgot. I love climbing trees. So trying to figure out how to get down here without stinging myself. I don't know if I'll be able to make it through here. I've always wanted to come down to this wee river. And look, another archway. Wow, look at that. I'm a sucker for archways. Love them. Wow, look at the big tree here. It's like an elephant. It's like the haunted elephant. It is calling me to get down there. It's very difficult with just one hand, because what I want to do, excuse me, Mr. Nettle, let me get down to just here. Should we try it? Let's try it. See how firm the ground is. Oh, it's quite firm. Okay. We did it. We came down backwards. Adventure John. Ow. If I fall, it'll just be very funny, right? Oh, lots of insects. Hello, buddies. Coming through. Smells a bit funny down here. We made it to the river. Oh, and look, another cross. It sounds somewhere between, cross between a heron and a squirrel. Sometimes squirrel, when they're in the, excuse me, the trees, make those funny noises. So this is the exact patch down here. Climb over this tree. Here is where the tree sent me. And it looks like there's a wee patch on the ground where maybe animals have been coming down to feed here, or people maybe. Wow. This truly is magical. Ooh, the path continues on to the other side. Wow. Whatever that noise is, it's squawking and getting closer. I'm hearing some voices nearby. Like a whir, 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 whir. And now from here, it's kind of like I'm on the outside looking in. I'm on the outside, I'm looking in. And so on, without a copyright strike. That song's been in my head a lot. And this tree gives a beautiful canopy. And this tree looks like it fell over and then, like it's just grown. You can see it's grown along the ground. And it's been growing upwards. That's fascinating. It's still very much alive. You're an incredible tree, aren't you? Well done. Well done, tree, well done. I can see why I was called down here. I am so tempted to just climb up and go off onto the other side. And you're probably thinking, John, why don't you? This will be a very long video otherwise. And quite frankly, I know I'll come back here now that I've seen it. Wow, okay. Let's try and head round. Just turning you around as well. Thank you so much, tree, for showing your magical kingdom. So what other lessons or dimensions of reconnecting with my magic have I learned about this month? Well, oops, I'm about to walk into nettles, trying to avoid that. Okay, let's try and get up here first, just concentrating on climbing for a moment up this exciting area. Thank you, tree, for the help. Okay, that was good fun. It is good fun. Yeah, I just feel the magic's within us all the time. Look at this, is another tree with all these dimensions to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's cool about that, it feels that it's a reflection of the multi-dimensionality of us all. There's all these different facets to us, you know, the version of me the aspects of me that roar like a dragon, rawr. The aspects of me that sing like an angel, the aspects of me that talk business, I'm all about the business, and the aspects of me that just celebrate this beautiful, magical realm to visit. It's so wonderful. And I feel the more I take you guys here, the more you recognize the trees and the walk Just beautiful. We're back onto the path that I commonly take. Excuse me. It is very invigorating and very exciting being here. Some gratitude. I'm not sure I always talk about gratitude each month. I'm first of all so grateful for all you guys, all your love and support. I added so some of you are asking, how do you donate? So I added the donate button back on my homepage, and it wasn't there for many months because I felt, well, in some respects, maybe it's a lack of self-worth. I didn't think I was worthy of your donations, and you've just blown my mind this month. And just the fact that anyone would donate full stop, and then to now receive donations, you know, to continue to receive them, and some of the amounts that you donate are just truly mind-blowing. So thank you. And I feel it's a beautiful reflection of where we're going as a planet, right? Where we want to share our gratitude with each other, and it's not all about money, right? But money is one dimension, and I'm also incredibly grateful for your comments. They're just glorious. Your questions, your questions are driving my content. Oh, look at this! This whole area's lighting up. This is the Elvian realm. Yeah, you guys are just lighting me up with these beautiful questions, and then I have the honor of channeling, you know, the moon, or those questions recently about wearing black. I'm wearing both black and grey today. Questions about, you know, reptilians and Lyrans and mantis. And you know, some of these questions are challenging to help progress towards an answer. And I love that challenge. And I love the challenge of trying to explain them in human terms. And I'm not going to pretend I'm perfect. And I also accept that it's a hard challenge. And yet I feel that just by engaging with it, bringing my conscious awareness to it, and continuing myself as part of my own practice, continue to build on my own foundations, are really helpful. And more than ever, just so grateful that this area is where I honor my ancestors. We can sing a little song. Is just so grateful for being able to do this publicly, you know, share videos like this publicly with the world, you know, without constraints. For all our ancestors and our past lives that fought and died and were persecuted for this very same work I'm doing now. And here we are celebrating this beauty together. Thank you to every soul. Thank you. I honor you. We honor you. Ata musa tineana musa turi Ishenere mataruna iteseni mautarua marutasia ishata oriniama. Wow. I feel like there's many verses to that song, and perhaps a little dragon-like language too, to reignite all the fire in our hearts once more. Da 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 ma ya ya ya, da marotoro ma ya ya, antakarama, antatakarama, ra. Wow, beautiful. touch my heart. I feel drunk with love. Thank you. And also, I'm so grateful for having the confidence. Sorry, just putting my hands on my nose and sounded a bit like this. So grateful for having the confidence and the resources to be able to buy our new motorhome, and it's a lifelong our dream life for my wife and I, for us to tour around Europe and the world, both in our motorhome, and then also, I guess you call a motorhome an RV, right? It has an engine, you drive it around, or camper, or other terms that are more globally used. In the UK we call them a motorhome because it's a home with a motor. And yeah, it's just wonderful to have that confidence to be able to invest. And we pick it up, well, I pick it up on Friday, so Thursday I head down, and then Friday it's down in England, about 4 hours plus drive down there with our caravan, trade in the caravan, pick up the motorhome, drive it back on the Saturday after having thoroughly checked it all out. Excuse me, no doubt giving you guys a tour. And because there's very few tour videos in English, it's Italian, I think, is the make. And what I'm then doing is having lots of fun with it, of course, and the following week I get the train down and pick up our camper van and drive it back up to Scotland, where I'll be selling it. So also look out for tours and possibly a sales video for that. And it just feels so exciting. It feels very expansive. And you know, whenever you make, including this camera, whenever you make a big investment of something in your life, yes, there's the excitement of the kind of material aspect of it, and yet really an even more powerful celebration is the confidence in your abundance, your own abundance. Because it's so easy to say, oh, I should save that money for, you know, a rainy day, for a rainy political situation or world situation. Like, the world is not going to get better with me reacting in fear, right? And I feel abundance and the feeling of abundance is much more of a closer to love than fear. This is the wee castle walls up here. Let's go and take a wee look. I don't usually come up here because it's trickier for patch. Let's show you up here. I've no idea how long this video is. Oh, we're at 40 minutes. Wow. This is cool. There are a few signs around here warning you of falling off the edge. So I think this is the area. This is the top of the wall that looks down over. Down there is where the, pardon me, down there is where the little hobbit's house is. So this must have been a home. And I wonder if we're on the wall here, on like a kind of castle wall. I should research what it was. It's quite fascinating. I say quite fascinating, really fascinating. And it's so fascinating how nature's grown up over it. The energy of it reminds me a lot of, you know, I was at Kelso, whoops, sorry about that. I was at Kelso down in the Scottish borders at the weekend. It reminds me of the energy of Kelso because there they have Roxburgh Castle, which is also named as Scotland's Camelot. And there's a feeling of that sort of energy here as well. There's a wall that traces down here. Wow. Very cool. And there's a wee walled area in here. I wonder if that was like it. Here's the stone. I could touch a wee bit of the stone. I suddenly have the feeling that I've touched this in a past life. Yeah, 3 lifetimes ago. That would make sense. I remember those lifetimes. That's for another video. He says with a sinister voice, "That's for another video." Please do put in the comments, "Muhahaha." Any other lessons, John, that you've learnt? I feel like life is all about lessons, you know. Yeah, I guess just continuing to believe in myself, because I was talking a bit about refunds and things, and you know, for a moment it's like, oh, this is in the early August, it's like, oh, how am I going to make money this year? I'm giving back so much money, and yet even that term, it's like, because I take payments up front, I always do keep a little bit of money aside in my business for refunds. So you know, these things come and go, and I'm definitely getting more and more used to the way the income goes up and down. I mean, it's always been a gradual upward trend. Not every month is more money than the previous month. And yet, it feels very liberating having spent 26 years in a salary job. So that abundance feels really good. The abundance of time continues to feel fantastic. To be able to do this, you know, today it was a really funny experience going for a doctor's checkup. It was the most, and that was funny in itself, because they're like, "You're absolutely fine. You're in great health," and it's like, "Thank you. Yes, I am." And I was sharing a bit about my journey with the doctor, and she was really inspired. She's like, "Oh, it's so cool. You followed your passion. It's so lovely to meet someone. You started my day." Because I saw her first thing of the day. She's like, "Oh, it's so lovely meeting someone. You know, it's like a success story, an inspirational story. Thank you for that gift." And I wish I'd asked, I'd taken a moment. Next time, I'll ask what it is they'd like to do. There's a few things falling off the tree. Let's just show you around as we go. So yeah, just this beautiful continued journey of opening up my heart, opening up my solar plexus and receiving, and I'm truly grateful. And I keep hearing, just like that last tree we spoke to, keep hearing about joy and magic and exploring within, you know, all these things that we're tempted to look outside of us for. They're actually inside, John. John, are you listening, John? They're inside of me. And then what's coming up in September? To be honest, I haven't given it a lot of thought. I do feel there'll be the right time for another travel adventure. Some of you guys have been asking for me to visit some standing stones. There's a few new ones, well, new to me, that I've identified. Continue to invest time and energy in building friendships, both in person and online with people, as well as my business and clients. And yeah, it feels very wholesome. And September, you know, from my prediction videos, we heard that September is going to be easier than August. I hope it's not just a calm before the storm, but a calm. I do feel we all need it. And it's a feeling, right? It's a feeling in our hearts. Just beautiful. Look at the lovely sunshine on these guys. You're wonderful, my friends. You're giant. The giants of the woods. I'm sure there's more things I should be telling you about, you know, the businessy things. Come along to my 5D Ascension class. Actually, we have one today. I might even get this video out before then. I may say, come along and sign up. There's still 4, maybe 5 spaces left for the Higher Self foundational training that starts in October. And that reminds me, I don't think I was advertising it on my weekly newsletter. Well, as we turn into September, I'll start advertising it, but you guys have already started signing up for it, so that's a great sign. And also excited to be inviting guests to come on our live stream with Viviane, Vas Natasha Rocha and Chloe Rose to come on. Oh, and it'll be Viviane and I's live stream anniversary, our live stream anniversary. So the first year that we've been doing live streams together every week, typically twice a week. So yeah, lots to celebrate, lots to continue to give in a sustainable and happy, healthy way. And yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us on this magical walk. I hope that you had some magical experiences. Please do share in the comments anything you experienced as I was blabbing along. Oh, and also keep an eye out for new collaborations. I've been receiving some incredible ideas and intuitions for working with people, and some of these people I've known for a while, and I'm looking forward to doing more with them. So look out for that. The continued expansion of my work, not just the things you're used to me doing. So watch this space. And as always, please take good care of yourselves. Thank you so much for your love and support and making this dream life a reality. And I hope that it inspires within you your opportunity to reconnect with yourself and your own magic and what it is that you love doing and all these things in this life you've always wanted to do. And I just feel so blessed to be doing what I would love to do right now with you guys. So thank you so much. And if you turn around here, you can just see as well some trip hazards. There's a camper van, and I'm going to say thank you to this tree. There's one more past you, but it's hard to get to, so I just thank this tree. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your beautiful videos this wonderful summer. Thank you for everything. And thank you for my camper van for taking us here each time. I do miss Patch. I did enjoy the adventure without him. And I'll definitely see him as soon as I get home. So thank you so much, everyone. Take so much care of yourselves. I'm sending my love from Scotland. Love you. Bye.